Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you? How are you doing today? How's this Monday for you? How's life? How's love and life and laughter and isn't that what the anyway? Guess what I did this weekend? I made something and I didn't film it. Now, to be fair, I didn't film it for more than just one reason. Normally the reason is I just wanted to get it done. And filming gets in the way, which it does. Filming definitely gets in the way of making something and getting it done because I have to put so much energy into framing shots and filming. It makes the project take at least twice as long to film it. And so a lot of times that's my excuse, is I just needed to finish it. And that was true, kind of. Like there was no deadline for this project, but the real reason I didn't film it was because it was just a cutting board. Here it is. Turned out great. Turned out amazing. Turned out way better than I expected it to. I made it out of walnut and maple. It was a custom commission from a friend at work. He said, I want a cutting board. Will you make me a cutting board? And I said, sure. And I told him that all I had was some expensive woods and that he'd have to pay for it. And he said, no problem. So I made him a cutting board. And it really did turn out nice. It turned out really nice. But the other reason I didn't film it was because it's just a cutting board. And really all it came down to was cutting a bunch of strips of these two woods. And he wanted it kind of random, so I cut them at random widths on my table saw. Basically just by moving the fence randomly and then cutting strips. And then I glued all those strips together. These are offcuts, these are the ends. I glued all those strips together and then cut it and then shaped it and put some feet on it and oiled it. And so in reality, like my time and effort was very little. I guess the hardest part was sanding. I don't know. It involved me taking a board that was about this wide and cutting it into a bunch of little tiny pieces after milling it so that I had a flat reference surface and then gluing it together like this. And then once that was done, these two sides, which ended up being the cutting surface, needed to get planed on the planer and sanded smooth. And then I put a round over on it and then I put some feet on it. And then I oiled it with lots and lots and lots of mineral oil. And that's the extent of it. And so there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people doing cutting board videos. And could I have filmed it and maybe come up with something interesting? Yeah, probably. Like I might have been able to figure out like a unique way of filming it. Maybe, I don't know, weird camera movements or camera angles that are artsy and made it like a noir film of me making a cutting board or something. But the reality is I glued some strips of wood together and then sanded it smooth and put 4 screws in it, and that was it. And so I decided against filming it. Now, that being said, my mom saw the picture of it and said, I want one. And it is her birthday this weekend, so I will probably end up making her one. And I have thought a little bit about if I were to film it, how would I go about doing that? And I think that mental exercise of saying, all right, if I were to do this, how would I go about it? Has maybe even helped more than the actual making, because it's given me some ideas about how I could film it in a creative way that makes a boring cutting board video more exciting for people. So I might do that. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I might not. I would love to know whether you want to see me make a cutting board in the comments. Like, again, it's something that's just so common that there are hundreds of videos, but we'll see. Maybe I'll make it. I don't know. I do need to make one by Sunday. Her birthday's on Sunday. So if you're watching this, Mom, yeah, you're probably going to get a cutting board for your birthday because I already have the materials and I don't have to spend money. No, it's because it's what you want, and I know that you would love it, and I could make it prettier than you're going to get at Walmart, that's for sure. So that's what I did this weekend. I worked on the house a little bit, and I've been working on the little side project. I think I told you about the side project last week. I'm really close to being able to share part of that. I have the site up and running, and I have login working, registration works, that sort of stuff, but there's really not much else going on behind the scenes. I started by reconfiguring the old version of the software, and I have since transitioned to the idea of just scrapping it and starting over, which is traditionally a bad idea. But it's not a very big code base, so it's not like I'm trashing some legacy code that really is worth saving. It's not. It's nothing special. So hopefully soon I'll be able to share it with you. We'll see. But thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being my bestest friends. I hope to see you again tomorrow. I hope to see you again the day after that, and the day after that. And I hope you continue to make this weird little show a part of your daily routine, because I really appreciate it, and I love making it a part of my routine. And I do that because I have awesome friends like you who come back and talk to me. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from Wikipedia. Can trees explode from freezing? Cold weather can cause some trees to explode by freezing the sap because it contains water which expands as it freezes, creating a sound like a gunshot. The sound is produced as the tree bark splits, with the wood contracting as the sap expands.